I need to do so to protect my property. I have heard this argument being made. The big problem with this that I see immediately is the question, like, who's breaking onto the land? Here we have this vision that we've got this farm and rodents are coming on the farm and we have to kill them to protect our property. But did we not invade their space by laying down crop fields in the first place? In other words, I don't think you can say, well, I have the right to do that with to invade their space, but they have the right to protect their land against us. Why should we get to make that information? So I don't think I'll practice either. But again, I know that people are going to respond to this, react to this, they're going to be calling it and saying, oh, how does this justify this, or how does this justify that? It's what I'm doing here. The question is there anything that's changed by the approach to people? That's one consideration. Am I right to be surprised to hear you speak of the use of psychedelics? What's it like? I don't know about surprised. Psychedelics are the most unique experiences that full stop. I knew that even before the day just with people who speak about. And so I think it would never be to know what that felt like. I think there are certain types of knowledge that can only be known. Famously, things like psychedelic experiences as well as religious experiences are ineffable. In fact, the ineffability of religious experiences is one of William James's famous characterizations of what makes a religious experience a religious experience. Is this inability to quite put into words what that's like. And even if you were able to, it would still teach you something to experience it for yourself. A bit like Mary's room, you know, that thought experiment. Mary is it's like a black and white room. She's raised with the literature available on the colour blue. She knows about wavelengths, she knows about the science of the other. Not just all the information we have now, but all of the information that we could ever have right now on a bit of paper about the colour blue. She spends her whole life studying the questions. When she steps outside of that room and sees something blue for the first time ever, after years of studying, does she learn anything? And intuitively, the answer is no. There is something about that experience of seeing blue just can't be conveyed. I think that the psychedelic experience is a bit of that. I mean, there are certain assets that really interestingly you begin to see why people describe it like that. So, the vision, that kind of stuff. I can see that, but I suppose I was prepared for the extent to which I was able to with fresh sort of intellectual insights. I suppose the main thing it gifted me, and I think it gifts most people who experience a psychedelic trip, is just a change in perspective. One of the things that I realized in those times when I started to notice what beauty was, you know, when you can stare at a brick wall, it's like you're watching the most interesting film you've ever seen in your life. But, you know, you look at like a river, you look at a tree or something, and you think just, gosh, this is so absolutely beautiful. But the conviction that I had at the time was not so much, gosh, that this tree is beautiful. It was like, dude, it's always been this beautiful. I'm only now somehow realizing that it's sort of